Hello, consumers. For decades, newspaper has been an important source of news, information, public discourse in Nigeria. But while some still prefer the printed version, others also still look at the same publication online and go to their online website to read from them through their devices. And on today, with several brands of newspaper that we have, today we'll be asking consumers what influenced their choice of reading and which one do they read the most. We at ConsumerHalla TV, we are on the street of Lagos today to find out people's reading habits and what influenced their choice when it comes to newspaper. Do you know what? Come, let's go find out. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm fine.
Okay, so what is your name?
My name is John Umo.
John Umo. I wanted to ask, do you read? But then I can see a newspaper with you. But what choice of newspaper which of the newspaper do you read the most?
Guardian is my preferred newspaper.
So is there a reason why you're now reading Vanguard today?
Because I came here to buy my Guardian, they said it's finished. So that's why I settled for Vanguard.
So why do you prefer Guardian newspaper?
Columns, the column and the columnists. That is number one choice of newspaper or what enticed me to Guardian.
So how often do you read?
Every day.
What influenced your choice of reading?
Even from my infancy, my father was a judge. He used to buy newspapers and we would scramble for it when it arrives. So I had the inspiration from there to read newspapers. And most so, I'm very informed because of newspaper reading.
You know, the world is now evolving, and these newspaper, all of them now have a website online that they read.
Yeah.
But then is there a reason why you prefer the printed copy to reading online?
Yes, I like to keep copies for reference. If you come to my house, my library is very rich. So some people used to come and ask me, so dates of newspaper, and I will give them. So I like to keep the hard copy. I also read online, no problem.
Okay, now I want you to rate the Guardian newspaper over 10 based on your reading habits with them. How will you rate them over 10?
Well, I can only rate the one I love.
Okay.
And that is Guardian.
Okay. Yeah.
Guardian has an edge over some of them. I'm not downgrading anyone. Guardian has an edge over them. So, because when I remember the columns of the old, yes, the Professor Escotoyo, Professor Madinugu, and so on, I was so impressed by their thoughts. So Guardian, I still read them the best.
So how will you rate them over 10? I want you to rate them. Is it 8 over 10, 9 over 10, 10, 10?
Well, for Guardian, I can rate it 7 over 10.
7 over 10.
Yeah.
Is there anything you like them to do better? Anything you want them to improve on?
They have been very objective, and so far it has remained the cardinal points. Objectivity. So I like newspaper that is very objective, not biased. Not biased.
So how much do you buy newspaper now? Back then and now, what will you talk about the price?
Then it was cheap, though it was not cheap like that too. If you don't have the money, don't buy. Still now, you don't have the money, don't buy. But it's harder now than before, being that most newspapers gone online. And then I still read online too. I still buy data to read online too. But I like to keep hard copy. So it was okay. I remember I bought Guardian when it was 15 naira, 20. So like that, they increased it to 250, 300. So we are still here.
Thank you very much.
Welcome.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm fine.
Okay, so what is your name?
My name is Daniel.
Daniel what?
Daniel Friday.
Okay, now do you read newspaper?
Yes.
Okay, so which one do you read? Which of the papers do you read the most?
This Sporty Life
newspaper.
newspaper.
Is there a reason why you prefer Sporty Life newspaper?
Yes.
Why?
I just like football.
So anything football, that's what you
Anything
read.
football, yes. And my club is Argentina. I like Messi very much.
So you want to get update on it.
Yes.
So is it every time you come here to read about it or buy about it, or whenever there is a major news?
It's every time. I used to come and read it.
So how much do you buy paper now?
100 naira.
100 naira.
Yes. We used
For
to
the
buy
Sporty?
paper. Yes. For the Sporty, we used to buy it 100 naira.
So I want you to rate this Sporty newspaper. How well will you rate it over 10?
That is 9/10.
9 over 10. So now, is it that you just only read the printed version, or you still check online what is going on?
Sometimes I used to check online, but ever since my phone lost, that's why I depend on newspaper.
Okay, ever since your phone lost,
Yes.
that's why you now check the printed version.
Yes.
Okay, thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, ma.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
How are you?
Fine.
Okay, so what is your name?
My name is Evans Philadelphia.
Okay, now the question should be, do you read newspaper? But then let me start asking you from the seller perspective. Now, do people buy newspaper often?
Yes. The interest is still there despite the online.
Despite the online.
Yes,
So now,
there's massive interest. Because I'm a journalist. So, not just a journalist, I'm a publisher. We've discovered we have online.
Yeah.
We also have the
printed
hard
one.
copy and the hard copy, the printed one. Then you discover that the most serious-minded people, not just dealing with the online, they deal with the hard copy. Yes, you want to put advert in newspaper, you go for the hard copy. The court go for hard copy. Everybody go for, even the government for hard copy. I must tell you, this government is very, very faithful to the media industry. This present Bola Tinubu government, media industry have made so much money from this man government by patronizing media industry through advert. So if you want to do anything, you go for the print media. The print media is like believable. That's what we call in journalism. So it's more believable what you see in the print media. People believe so much what you see here than what you see in online. And more so, the online is not even helping matter. The online tell a lot of lies. They just put something online, but they don't verify their story. They don't authenticate your story. They just put something online. People start. By the time you do it, you discover that it's false. I can mention so many things that is happening online. But even with that, the hard copy, the Punch, the Guardian, the Vanguard, and many other things, they're also online. So they are not losing.
Okay, now you've mentioned the Punch, Guardian, and all of that. Which one do you think customers buy the most? Which one do they ask for urgently? Which one moves?
Punch is still leading, but there's what we call classification of the media industry. I classify it myself because I'm a veteran, 43 years old in the media industry, and the journalist publisher. Punch is still the most widely read newspaper in Nigeria.
Is there a reason why you think they prefer Punch?
Yes, and not the reason why they prefer Punch. You ask me, the most widely read newspaper, I told you that it's Punch, but that classification. For instance, this day is when you come to print media. This day, the industries, the industry reckon with this, the business industry reckon with this day. They know that this day is authority. The bankings and the industries, companies, they go for this day. Then another paper, that's what I'm talking about, classification. Yes. For instance, this day on Sunday is unstoppable. Nobody can top this day on Sunday. The most wide business-minded people will go for this day. Women on Sunday, because there's an Insight magazine on Sunday in this day. So women don't do without that. Even their husband When once you come, if that magazine is not inside this day, they will not buy it. They buy it for their wife. So then when it comes to where I said Punch is a more widely read newspaper because Punch is everywhere and it has the highest print copies. That's the number of copies they print. And let me come down to a layman number. The number of copies Punch print in the day is far higher than every other papers put together. You see that? Then when you come to spread, Punch also have the spread. Have you seen that? Punch have the spread. When I'm talking about the spread, I'm talking about anywhere you go, you see Punch. Whether Calabar, whether you all the 36 states, you see Punch newspaper. You see that. But this day also, then when you come to Vanguard, Vanguard has South. They dominate South news, and South. For that reason, they attract a lot of advert that is coming from South. Yes, because Sam Amuka, who is the publisher of Vanguard, came from South, so they make sure that they report South story more than any other paper that report. But Punch is nationwide. But this day on its own class deal with sophisticated news features. They can give you news analysis, not just flash the news. They give you news analysis. Then Sun was reading before. I think as far back as 2005 and 6, Sun was producing 100 and something thousand copies a day, but they suddenly dropped for reason based known to them. I don't want to them. Then when you come to Guardian, in terms of advert, Tuesday and Thursday is if you want to press advert in Guardian and advert in any newspaper, you go for Guardian. Tuesday and Thursday. Guardian is number one when it comes to Tuesday and Thursday. But those 2 days have been overtaken by Nation. With the advent of Tinubu coming to being in government now, most of the advert that comes now, you see it in Nation and Punch. So Punch and Nation have taken over the advert space from the Guardian. Guardian was dominating Tuesday and Thursday. Any advert you want to press, it must be Guardian. But Nation and Punch have taken over. Why? Because Tinubu is the owner of Nation newspaper. So most of the advert that come from either from government agency or from whichever source goes to Nation first before any other paper. Then when you come to Telegraph is an offshoot of a Sun newspaper. It's the same publisher. Is the owner of the Sun and Telegraph. Why they now came out to publish Telegraph? Because they want Telegraph to deal with sophisticated news, not on soft sales news. Sun is dealing on soft sale. They flash the news, screaming headline. You rush and buy. But as time goes on, people don't want something serious. The publisher, perhaps that's the reason, now went and established Sun newspaper. Then when you come to which other papers you talk about, Punch, THISDAY, Vanguard, and many something. So that's it.
So now they are based on classification. What people actually want to see, they go for the type of paper they want.
It's involving. The media industry is involving. What I can call a rhapsody of reality. It's involving. Things are changing. But Punch still leading.
Okay, now I want you to based on you just like you said, the world is evolving, digital space and all of that. Now, do you think newspaper is still leading? I know you've already said people don't really like to go online, basically because most of the news are always false. They are not real. People love to go with what they see. They believe what they see. Now, whenever people come around, do you think they actually go for major, when people buying it, are it occasionally or just as a moment, or whenever there is major news, that is when people come around?
No. The print media does not lose the marketplace. What you think that they lose in marketplace, that is in people buying it, they get it in online, because all the newspapers are online. People are still patronizing. That's what I'm telling you. People are still patronizing. Yes, the the print media. That is the hard copy.
Yeah.
So they are not losing anything.
Yeah.
When you see, in fact, it's very lively. I remember I was the one supplying to this woman that just died a few years ago. The husband said, he said we should not be bringing the paper again. He's a prominent a Yoruba politician. I don't want to mention her name. They said we should not be bringing the paper. The man said no. She wants to be getting her paper. Want to read her paper online. Want to read. That he doesn't want this online. That he want to read. Want to see have a copy. So people feel very ease of getting the paper. Even though they see it online, but they still want to have their copy. Yeah, it's interesting. It's interesting that people want to feel. Oh.
But then I'm always surprised whenever I come here early in the morning and I see people still moving around to read what is going on.
Crowds here. If you want to feel the pulse of the nation, come in the morning. From after 7, 8, you feel the pulse. What does people think about the government policies and so on? Whether this government is doing well or not doing well, come to newspaper stand. You get all the stories. They print it. And I feel excited seeing them. Sometimes I will just watch them. They are analyzing news. They are not foolish. Sometimes they say something good. You feel the pulse of the nation from what people. Sometimes you discover that somebody is analyzing news. A layman you can just dismiss on the street and so on. Is saying something vital about the government.
So how is business moving for you? I know you've already said, people prefer hard copy. But then how is business moving for you? Are people still trooping in more the way you expect, or they will just come, just take a glimpse and just move? Are they still buying?
No, what I'm saying is this. For instance, when it goes to percentage, if we were having 100% buying, the percentage has come down to, like, say, 80. Yes. But then, those of us who have been in this business for a long time, we are not only just surviving on selling of newspaper, we are surviving on advert. Different advert that people come and patronize us, either changing of them or affidavit, where bank come and do affidavit, or outright advert. I want to advertise. For instance, somebody came a few days ago, front page, full page. How much full page? How much half page? How much quarter page? So that is what I do to also survive alongside with the newspaper. So, but I take joy in its passion. My own is just passion in the industry. No matter what is happening in the industry, I stay in the industry.
So how much is newspaper now? Is it still affordable?
Yes, it's affordable because compared to the cost of printing, newspaper would have gone for 1,000 naira. But some of them, like this day, is 400, Monday to Friday. Then weekend is 500. Then Punch 300, Monday to Friday. Then Saturday, Sunday 350. Then others like 300 Monday to Friday. Then Sunday they go for 400.
So is there a reason why weekday is different from the amount for weekend? Is there a reason why?
It's because of the, as I told you before, it's because of the inside magazine. They have very colorful magazine. Yes, fashion magazine, not just fashion. They talk so much about something that interests you. Like in those that I was reading about city people, global excellence, and so on. City plan.
Okay, now newspaper now, like I can see that there is still a lot of newspaper now. When you are not done for today's newspaper, how do you do it?
Return it.
You return it?
Yes, but paper like Punch, right, for the past going to 30 years now, they have not been accepting any return.
Wow.
If you have a leftover, it's a loss.
Wow.
So you take what you can sell. Guardian, not just because they don't want to take it, because many of them don't go to office every day. The agents, this is newspapers, we call it, if you have read journalism, we call it newspaper management. This newspaper something has from agent to vendor. You see that? So the agent find it difficult to go to Guardian to go and return the old one, that is the leftover, the one we like. So you buy what you can sell for Guardian, but every other one, they return it, except Guardian and Punch.
So
Guardian of just recent. Not because they don't want to take on so, but because agents don't feel like going today to go and return it.
So what's your advice? What do you think those producing it can do to help those reselling it?
That's a very, very vital question, very important question. Because I said media industries should do more for agents and vendors. I'm very happy this question you asked. I think it's the most important question of all the questions you have asked. I said media industry should do more to vendors and agents. There's a difference between vendor and agent. The agent are those distributors. They take it, now give to vendors. Vendors are the ones sitting on the street, or like a newspaper stand like this. They should do more because the vendors, since readership is dropping, so many of vendors don't have left the industries because many of them have families, are paying school fees, pay house rent, and so on. Many of them are left. They should do something to sustain the vendors because you, as a publisher, me as a publisher, as a journalist, I cannot be going on the street to start selling newspaper. Or after I write my story finish, I'll say go to the street. You go and, there's somebody doing that job. The person that is doing that job, you take up that person. But that's what media industry are not doing. I'm very angry with them, all the publishers. And that's the collection I want to correct. And you can see that's my newspaper. This age. I've been coming out once in a while because of finance. When this newspaper is out, I'm going to do immediate correction for that. Vendors, agents must feel the impact of my newspaper in terms of my welfare to them. Media industry are not doing that. For instance, if all the vendors just left the industry, who will sell the paper? The agent will not sell. Agent are distributor. They just take, you bring to the agent, for instance, like agent under the bridge. When you bring to agent now give it to vendor. Vendor is the one that goes to the street. That's what we call in newspaper management. That's strata in journalism. Newspaper management. That is that. They should do more to vendors and agents. Even the agents themselves, they are not happy. The media industry left them over. See, there was a report that came out last month that this present government have given advert of 800 billion to media industries, advertisement practitioner of Nigeria. They came up with it. This present government have given advert of 800 billion to media industries. So the question is that how much of that money goes back to even the people that are selling on the street, people that come, because this job is every day. By 5 o'clock, they already, some of them in those days in this industry, when in early 80s and 90s, by 2 o'clock, you're already on 2 a.m. You're already under the bridge as agent. Vendors just come. You will come around 5 or 6 in the a.m. in the morning. Call the paper, go and say, what are you doing for that person? It's every day, Saturday, Sunday, including Saturday, Sunday. And by the time you, I'm sorry to say, I'm saying it's openly for them. They will just wake up one day and discover that there's no vendor, there's no agent again. Let the publisher, it's not even the journalist, it's the publisher I'm putting the blame on. Let the publisher go and sell the paper on the street. You get the advert. How do you get the advert? People to know. You see, this is the advert you publish. Without the vendor and the agent. They're not doing enough.
Thank you very much, sir. As technology evolves, some readers still value the experience of buying printed newspaper. You've heard directly from consumers their choice and what influenced their reading habits. As you can see, people still read newspaper and they still value the printed copies. That will be end on today's edition of Newspaper Edition on ConsumerHalla TV. Remember, this is Consumer Voice on ConsumerHalla TV. People's real experience, people choices. We do not influence their choices. Till we grace your screen again, I am Elizabeth Abefe, and do not forget to like, subscribe, comment under the comment section. Do you still read newspaper, and which paper do you prefer reading the most? Bye for now.